And here we are again. I am here with a very special guest, Mrs. Marissa. And let me tell you why, in my opinion, she is incredibly special. I'm just going to tell you how old she is, and then you're going to understand why. Please tell me your age.
I'm 72 now. I was 72 in July.
Now, you got to do this. I'm not going to do it because it's too embarrassing for me.
Oh, no. Well, I am so excited to be here with the beautiful Victoria. I call her Queen Victoria because she's the queen to me.
Do you remember when we met? We were at a friend's event at a restaurant.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I think we used to follow each other on social media. I'm not 100% sure, but that's where we met. And you came up to me and you were telling me your story, your age. And I was like,
I know. I was like taken back. I was going like, what?
I could not believe and then now you're like super famous in our beautiful Sun City. Please tell us, so you've been an inspiration for me. You know, I have never worked out ever. I mean,
And look how great she looks.
that was really good.
Oh,
Out of hair.
que lo sepa todo. Yeah.
I got a little like up here, a little here. But I am inspired by you because that's not what you did. You did not go the easy way.
No, I did it the hard way, but I've been doing the hard way for a long time. It's been a long journey. And let me tell you, Victoria, one of the reasons, and I was listening to you talk to Lorena and how she was saying that we have to heal and so on. Yes. And that's part of my long journey. That's why I'm here doing this, because I had to heal since I was very young, with a lot of loneliness, a lot of feeling like, and I get emotional saying this, but I have a lot of feeling of not being worth it, being ugly. And, it's just...
You didn't feel good enough?
I didn't feel like I was up to standards to the other people in my neighborhood, in my own family. So...
How old were you when you first got that feeling?
I think it was about 9 when we first moved from a community that was all Hispanic. Everybody was my friend. Everybody loved me. I had lots of friends, to all of a sudden moving to a community that was all Anglo. So I was like, okay, I have no friends.
Right.
Yeah, I was an outcast, actually. And so... From there, I was very young.
That's hard for a 9-year-old. First of all, because when you're 9, you're already going through a lot of things in your head.
Right.
Like, I'm not pretty enough.
Yeah.
My friend, everybody likes her. Nobody likes me. So plus you add on, you're the only Hispanic. And
yes. I was the only caramel-colored little girl there. And that was throughout my school age years. So as I grew older...
Was that here in El Paso?
No. That was in the Panhandle. So, and I don't know if you know the Panhandle, Lubbock, around all that area. Well, now there's a lot of Hispanics, but it was a little...
Back there?
Yeah. This was in the 60s, remember? So...
I forget your...
Yeah. That was the 60s, and you probably don't know, not probably, but you don't know that Blacks and Mexicans were not considered. Yeah, they were not considered. Anyway, so what I did as I grew older, I really felt it, especially in middle school. So I worked really hard to excel academically. But then I started thinking, I need to improve myself. So I started doing my exercises, running and so on. I said, well, I'm going to do my part to feel my best and to look my best. And feel my best is I started researching healthy foods to eat.
So you've been eating healthy since you were a teenager?
Yes. And it really helped that we lived in a community, because we had a backyard full of vegetables, and my dad had, his crops and everything. So, so that's what I started doing, to see how I could be better, so I could better myself. And that's mainly what started me on that, and I never ever stopped. So I went on to college, and then when I went to college, it was different because there were so many people, all different, yeah, everything. And so I was, oh, good, I'm accepted. I guess I'm kind of
So
cute.
people looked at you like, wow, she's the one that exercises. And you're
Yes.
probably teaching people in that same community about that. That made you feel better about
Better.
yourself. That was your way of healing.
Yes. Well, in that sense, yes. But also we excelled, my whole family, my siblings, we excelled academically. That there we gained more in that area, we gained our respect. For me to look better, that was for me, because I wanted to feel not only I don't want to just be academically successful.
Right.
I want to look good because I want to wear pretty clothes. And you remember when you were a teenager that you would look at magazines and see,
Teen magazine.
Yeah,
And I was so awkward looking when I was a teenager, so I can
You can relate. Yeah.
They used to call me Aunt Jemima, and right now that you said about your caramel color, because I have dark skin. I have embraced my dark skin now because I love it. I know that, when you have dark skin, you don't get a lot of wrinkles.
Wrinkles. Yeah, that's
I love it. But they used to call me Aunt Jemima growing up to make fun of me in school. So I hated my color. I hated it so much. And I was like, I just want to be white. I just want to be white. And this is what, when you're dark skinned, the things that, we go through.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about when I was maybe 13. So I completely relate to what what you went through.
And remember when we're 12, 13, that our body is beginning to develop and shape. So I didn't have the very best shape then. When I was 12 and 13, that little girl thing you're going
very
through.
blooming.
Yes, barely. So that's when I realized, oh my God. And I look at the teen magazines and I see all these little skinny, beautiful models.
Yes.
And I was going like, oh, I wish I could be like that.
I used to do that too with the teen magazine, the Atlanta magazine. Now I wonder why.
17 magazine, 17 for teens. Yes. So yes, I always dream. I always dreamed. I said, oh, I wish I could be a model. I want to be my dream back then was to marry Paul McCartney.
I think everybody's dreaming.
Well, I didn't achieve that dream, but dream, and I never lost sight of that dream, even though you go through your life journey and oh my gosh, romances, broken romances, marriages, broken marriages.
Yeah.
So, and
You're married right now, correct?
I'm married right now, but
How long have you been married?
20 years. 20 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
That's huge accomplishment nowadays.
But, well, let me tell you, it's been a rough time for me because this is my third marriage and it's going to be my last marriage.
I'm not going to say ni mira. Calladita me veo más bonita. Because I've been married a couple times more than excuse me. So, hey, you know what you want and it is what it is.
Yes. Yeah. No, but it took me, like I said, it took a healing. And then at that time, my first marriage, I didn't know what I was doing. I was another thing, I was very, very sheltered. I was not allowed to go out and date. So when I went to college, that's when I started dating. And so, of course, the first guy that said, oh, I love you.
I was Marissa.
Yes, and it was the wrong choice. And then, so that happened. And then, of course, for the second one, it was a rebound. So it was like, oh, lovely. So,
Thank you for sharing that with us because not a lot of women, take responsibility and say stuff like that. You said wrong choice, the first one. Second one was a rebound.
Yes.
Most women in your situation would blame the guy. The first one wasn't meant for me because he did this, this, and this. The second one did this and this and this. And you're taking full responsibility and saying, it was me. And it is what it is.
Yes, it is.
Thank you for your honesty.
Yes. And then, then this last one, No, for the last marriage, I was single for a long time. I said, no more.
Right.
No more. That's it. And besides, I had my children. I have 2 children. And I said, that's when I started getting stronger too. I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy my house. I'm going to support myself. I don't need anybody. You know that song, Yo Soy by Paulina Rubio?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that I
You
relate
play
to
that all the
that.
time?
I played that later. I said, oh, that was me. I said, no more. I don't need a man.
Right. You want a man. If you want a man, great.
Yeah,
But
but
you
I
don't
don't need
need
it.
one.
No, I can do it myself. I'm
Now,
gonna
unless
do
you're going to have a baby, you kind of do need a man. Eh?
Yeah, I remember I already had my 2 babies.
Yes,
Yeah, so I didn't want any more, and I didn't need, so no, that's not it. So I took my children on vacations every chance I got. I took myself. I said, I'm going to have them enjoy life. If I have to work extra, I did, and I worked. I was a teacher. I'm a retired teacher. So I would work summer school, and that was summer school, and then I would save that money for our vacation, for my children's vacation.
So you were a single mom for a very long time.
About 25
So
years.
your children, is it boy, girl, 2 boys?
It's a boy and then girl. Yeah,
Nice.
I have 2. Yes, and they're way older. They're probably older than you are, or your age maybe. Well, one of them. And so, so I did everything on my own until I met my husband, and he was totally
Did you meet him in El Paso?
No, that's the thing. I decided I had just moved here to El Paso, so I didn't know anyone. And so I decided I would take a vacation to Buenos Aires, Argentina. And
Buenos Aires.
By myself. I went on my own.
Okay, wait. Because this is important.
Yeah.
Women need to know this. You took a vacation by yourself.
Yes.
To Buenos Aires.
To Buenos Aires. Yes, to another country.
And this is what makes you who you are, because there's a lot of women that are too scared. They don't believe they can do it. I don't have the money to do it. Oh, no, not me. I'm not meant to go by myself.
Yeah.
I'm scared. And you did this.
I did, yes.
Okay. Sure. So then you met him.
And that's where I met my husband. Yes. So it was very scary. But for some reason, I felt that he was a good guy. You can just feel it.
Did you go meet him over there? You had already met him, or you met
No,
him?
I went over there and I met him there. Actually, I met him at a school because as I was a teacher, so I went to visit school. That was my excuse. I'm going to go visit some of the schools in Buenos Aires to see what they're like. And so I met him there because he was visiting his nephews. And, well, remember you said that you like my muscles? Well, that's what he liked about me.
He saw your muscles.
Yeah.
I love those muscles.
So he was intrigued by what he saw.
Well, you look
and
fabulous.
and he said, "Thank you, Victoria." And he started asking me, "What do you do? What do you eat? And what exercises?" And so we just clicked. And then he became my guide for Buenos Aires, and he was really he's funny. He's a blast.
And you're coming back to El Paso. Now you have a relationship?
Yes. Well, we started talking, and he'd call me all the time. He'd send me flowers all the way from Buenos Aires. Yeah. So
Okay, you're giving a lot of women hope out there.
Yeah.
So, yes, your third marriage, and this is the one.
Yeah.
I feel this is the one
This
because
is
you
the
have a
one,
connection. And you heard when I was talking to our previous guest about cheating and connections. And I'm going to ask you, 20 years, have there been any type of cheating that you know of? Either or?
No,
You're at that point where you're
yeah. No, and he knew that. I mean, we were totally honest with each other. I was totally honest. I said, I've been married before. I don't need to get married. I don't want to get married. But I like you, and he loves me. So I said, but these are going to be the conditions, and you just have to set what you want. Well, I'd said what I wanted
Yes.
out of this marriage. So he goes, okay. I said, because if it's not like the way that I want it to go, as you said, the cheating or the going out and leaving me on my own with all his friends and I said, no, I mean, it has to be mutual. We have to decide. No, you just don't go off. And so, he understood. He's a very intelligent man, and that's what I liked, the intelligence.
Well, that makes me happy, because after, and there is hope for women out there. After your third marriage, you can be in love. You think different,
Yeah.
And I think that's great that you're sharing your story, but I want you to tell me a little bit about your muscle, where you went, because just the fact that your age, okay, I'm 53. I cannot get myself to go to a gym. I want you to tell us how to change our mindset to be able to go to a gym. Maybe not like you on a daily basis, 2 hours a day, but even 3 times a week.
Yeah.
I mean, there
what
has to be
motivates me?
something that motivates you.
Well, I think what motivates me the most is that I want to feel and I want to look my best, and I don't want to do it the easy way. It's gratifying for me to go and work out and just feel the burn and feel sore, because it feels like I have accomplished something.
Yeah.
That's my goal. I feel like I want to do something, and something to make me feel better and look
I'm
better.
looking at your muscles, like you're moving, and I'm like,
And that's always been me from the very beginning. When I was fairly young, I started running, and I didn't know that I needed to build muscle. So at that time, I was just exercising my body to look better, to look lean.
right.
But then when I got older, I think I was about 7 or 28, I met a bodybuilder in, I had already moved to Harlan, which is South Texas. And so I went to the gym because I wanted something different.
Right.
And I met her. She was the manager there. And as she walked up the stairs to show me where the weight room was, I saw her little calf muscles, and they were like little balls. I was going like, what are those? I said, ooh. And she looked awesome. And I thought, well, I want to look like her.
She was our inspiration.
Yes. Well, it turned out that she was the very first Miss Olympia. Have you heard of that? The Miss Olympia, the female bodybuilder?
I mean, I've heard of it, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know details.
Remember, this was a long time ago. This was, oh gosh, I can't remember now, but I think it was in the 80s because I was 27. So it must have been, very early 80s. And so she went off to Miss Olympia and won the Miss Olympia show. And so she was famous there in Harlingen. And I said, oh, that made me want to even work harder. I said, if she can do it, I can do it too. And I think that's one of the things, like you're my inspiration. You're my, I admire you a lot, and I want to be like you. Well, that's the way that I felt. I want to be like that. And that's a great part about being women, that we inspire each other and help each other. So she helped me, and you're helping me
help each other, which is the most important thing for me, because growing up, I wish I would have had somebody older than me grab me by the hand and say, Victoria, this is not the way to do it, my beautiful, beautiful princess. Let's try it this way. That way you don't suffer as much. And then just kind of hug me and be that motherly. That would have just gone a different way, my life. But I also do know that everything happens for a reason, and I was meant to go through it this way. So you went to a show, and you're famous in El Paso. Everybody knows who you are. And you went to a show. Tell me what you placed, or tell me a little bit, because I don't really know about bodybuilding. I just look at you, and that's all I needed to be like, she needs to be here to inspire other women. So what show was it, or how long did it take you to get?
Are you talking about the pageant? Yes, the pageant. Okay. Well, the pageant, that's another story. when I retired, I decided to do something different, and I was talked into going into modeling. Well, I'm very short, so I'm not a model
How
type.
tall are you?
I'm not even 5'1". I'm like 5'1", 1/2 an inch, 5 3/4 inch. Something
And
like
they've always told you models have to be tall.
Oh, yes. Models are tall and very thin. Now, I'm slim, but I'm not thin. I'm not the model type. Let's put it that way. But remember that I always used to dream of being a model, of being an actress, of being something better. I always dreamed about that. And that's why I aspired to exercise and to get into, to build my muscle. Also, so that's what, remember that you asked me what inspired me? That. And so I said, I'm going to do it. That's part of the healing process. You do it. Do it even if you're scared. So I started modeling. And then the modeling owner asked me if I wanted to do the pageant. I said, no, I don't even know how to walk. She goes, yes, but I love the way you look. And they were like, yeah, and they've lived, yes, like you. But, some of the times, even though people tell me, well, I don't know about you, but for me, they tell you things and you still doubt feelings of,
You don't believe.
I guess it's back from the day when you don't feel worthy of what you can be. Yes.
These women are looking up to you, Marissa.
Yes.
Because you're intelligent. You're
Thank you.
beautiful. You're kind-hearted. You're such a beautiful, amazing soul. And I know this because you and I have talked in several occasions. And just the vibe that you give, like, I am so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
I am so proud of you because you're representing El Paso. You're representing women. You're representing a different age because I'm 53. Usually I'm competing with 20. We talked about this the other day at our photo shoot. We're competing with 20, 30-year-olds. And it does take a toll. You're like, oh my gosh, well, what do I have to teach? What do I have to do? And you look at them and that kind of puts you in a situation like, what am I even doing here?
Yes.
But just the fact that you're here and you're showing everybody that if you, Marissa, can do it at your age, so can all the women around you. There is no age anymore.
Yes.
Because thank God for all these platforms of social
Yes.
media. There's no, I don't care. You don't have to be a size 0 and 16 years old and 6'1" to be a model. Now the Marissa can be the model. Correct.
And so, yes. And so that's what actually that inspired me to go ahead and do it, because that's what Jackie Martinez, I'm sure you know her. And then she said, but you can inspire the women of El Paso. And I thought, oh, okay, I'll do it for that. I'll do it for that reason. But I had my doubts because, like you said, at my age, I was 71 at that time. I thought, and she goes, these are the rules. You're going to wear a swimsuit, the gown, and then the performance dance. I said, a swimsuit? Ooh, I don't know about my tushy. I said, oh,
Thanks, height, everything. But once you found it out, you're like,
yeah. And then I would be out. And so I said, can I wear a sarong? She goes, no. I said, oh. I said, I'm going to work out. I'm going to work out. Yes. Yes, it was. Because imagine in my age, I mean, I don't, and I said, are there going to be women my age? She goes, well, yeah, she got no. I said, I'm going to be with the young ones. Look how beautiful they are and how beautiful they walk. We'll teach you to walk. I said, okay. And I'm going to work even harder because, I mean, I've always exercised. I'm going to work even harder to see if I can, look even better. So that's what I did. And I think that's what gave me the confidence, because I worked really hard at the gym and I got my 6-pack and I knew I looked good. My tushy might not have looked as beautiful as the 20s and 25, because they raised the age limit. So I know that there were like 28 years old. I think there was one lady that was 40. No, I know there was one lady that was 40 because she told me that she was 40. And so I said, I know. I said, I'm going to get a swimsuit, but I'm going to get a bikini because I'm going to show off my
I love it.
because if I don't win, at least I'm going to look fabulous 70-year-old lady.
And then how do they do this? So what did you place or how was it?
Oh, no. I did not play.
One. I wouldn't know. Just the fact that you were there.
No, I did not place. And I knew I wouldn't. But I wanted to go show that we older ladies can shine. And I do something that I wanted to do it after all. I wanted to do something that would inspire other women to do it. Even if we're not perfect, because I went on stage, I'm not perfect. I wasn't perfect. And my walk was not perfect. You look at all the other girls, they've been in pageants forever. This was my very first pageant. I've never been in pageants before. I've modeled, but not that much.
Okay.
Yeah, but never in a pageant. So I knew I wasn't going to win. But and that was it. I
won the hearts of America, period. Because after this, you went viral, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Viral. Everybody knows who you are. I know that the Kelly Clarkson show once had you on. All these huge, what was it, medias. Tell us about that.
I know that Good Morning, I was featured on Good Morning America. I was featured on CNN. Oh, called and called when I was at the pageant, and I was going like, what? I think it was CNN that kept calling because they wanted to interview me, and they did interview me. I was in People magazine. I was in a lot of other.
I'm so fucking proud of you.
Was it Dr. Phil? Dr. Phil, the Media Street something or other. Yeah, I was on it.
What a beautiful, beautiful experience. After you went viral, everybody wanted a piece of Marissa.
They want.
How did you do it? That's beautiful.
Well, the Bazaar handled some of it. I did most of it myself, though. I would get the calls and set up appointments and so on. And Ulta called. They wanted me to do the influencer. I don't know how to do influencer.
You need a manager. So anybody out there that wants your manager, please. Definitely gonna need someone to manage her.
Laura Geller has also contacted me. Do you know who Laura Geller is? The cosmetic. It's a cosmetic company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Look at you.
So
we have a stalker in our studio, and I love that. Now, I do have to ask you because this is incredibly important. Time is running short now.
Yeah.
How do you handle the haters, the negative women that talk bad, and you see it on social media if you have seen it, and all the voices saying all these bad things? How do you handle that?
That's one of the things that I'm a little bit like, la-di-da-da.
I love that about you. You and I. What I don't know what happened, but here I am.
Well, they said that. Yeah.
I love it.
So, no, at the very beginning, there were some people that would post, bad things, and my husband would go like, I said, no. Ignore them. That's what they want you to do. And they go, It's right. They said, no, blah, blah. And I said, don't do that. I said, it's not going to help anyway. And they'll just even go even harder. Just forget it.
I truly believe those are the jealous people, people that, because they say misery loves company, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
So it didn't affect you in any way?
No.
Or like,
no.
Oh my God.
No. I think more what affects me is, that does not affect me. More what affects me is me. I am the one that creates doubt in my mind. Oh no, they're not gonna want me. But sometimes I have to make myself go out there and just do it, and it works. I mean,
I see you everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my God, social media, you're here. I'm like, good.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that one of the reasons I do that is because I don't want to sit at home idle and think about like, oh, I'm retired, I'm getting old. I don't think of myself as old. I don't think of, when I say I'm 71, 72, to me, it's just like, oh, matter of fact, yes, because I'm still out there. I mean,
I love it.
I'm still out there. What I mean is I'm still doing things that I used to do when I was younger, and even more than when I was younger, because when I was younger, I was even more unsure of myself. I was
Active. Yeah. You want to make sure that you're not, like my mom, for example, she's 70 something. She never leaves the house. She stays home. Doesn't want to do anything. She's watching novelas, TV all day. And that, that if you did that, that would probably bring your vibration down. And that would be the end of you. Like that. Because that's what happens when people retire. Correct?
Oh, and then one of the things that when I told my principal and my assistant principal that I was going to retire, the assistant principal came over and said, this is really weird. She goes, oh yeah, most people that retire, like in 5 years, they die. I was going like, oh?
She's like,
And I thought,
we should thank not to just sit there and do nothing.
Exactly. And that's when I started going, just doing and going all out and doing things that were totally different for me.
So we did a dream board class.
Yes.
And I'm big on dream boards. I have my dream boards from I kid you not, 12 years ago. And I posted on social media, Queen Up Now, the ladies locker room, we're going to have a dream board class. And you were there.
Yes, I was there. And I remember you telling me, or telling us, the group that was there, that I have done these dream boards for a long, long time, and they have come true. They manifest. And that was, I think, one of the first times that I had really heard that word from a person. And I said, oh, so I made my dream board model and all vacations and fame and so on. Queen, I had Queen there. And I was telling some of my friends, all my dream board, what I put on my dream board, came true. I did it.
Work. This is why I do dream boards all the time. And this is what I tell my beautiful queens and everybody out there that listens to me. Dream boards work. Everything that I have put on my dream board has come to pass. But I am so excited that you're here because I know that you're here for a reason. You're here to inspire these, not just women, just everybody in general. Yes. Because here's Marissa, and your age at an age 72?
72 now.
71.
Yeah.
72 years young.
Yeah.
And you're doing this. You went viral on social media. You've been on CNN. The Kelly Clarkson show's calling you. All these people want you to be on their show. And it's your attitude. And this is what I want people to know, that attitude changes everything.
Yes.
So before, anything, I just want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
Because just being here, look, I'm getting goosebumps. Just being here, you're such an inspiration, not just to me, but for our community here in El Paso, Texas. And that makes me happy. Is there one last thing that you want to tell, let's say, somebody that's over 50 and just feels like, my life is over. I'm done. What am I going to do? I'm going to stay home and take care of my grandkids and do nothing with my life. Just let my hair go gray. What do you
Oh my gosh, no. No, I say it's never too late. What you dreamt of a long time ago when you were young, like me, like me, when I used to dream, work for it. It's never too late to start. It's never too late to dream, and keep on dreaming, and then take action. Yes, that's it. Take action, even if you're scared. Think about it. I was very, very, everything I've done, everything I have ever tried to do that was different, I was scared to do it.
Yes.
But I did it. I just
did it anyway.
Yeah, I just did it. So no, it's never too late.
There's a logo out there that says just do it. And for me, especially when I'm talking to a woman, I tell her, queen up now.
Yes.
That's like, just do it now. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yes, girl. I'm like, I cannot wait till everybody is going to be listening and watching this because you're an inspiration. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And this is why I love bringing men and women from our community, because I want you to understand that if Marissa at 72 can be in a beauty pageant and figure out what she wanted in life, she's talking about dreaming. What can you do? You can dream big. You can be that person that you have always known in your heart, your mind, your body, your soul that you can be. So you go out there and dream big, and don't you ever forget that if you love life, life will always love you back. Have a good one. Bye.